Ooh. Welcome, adventurers and lawyer people alike. We are here for Ace Airhorns, Phoenix Wright Ace Airhorns Trilogy. Thank you to our resident
I'll stop,
air
I
horn.
promise.
Thank you to our resident air horn specialist, Sunny. Yeah. Kirby's! Fuck! Knew I forgot something. Scroll on Facebook and I don't even have my Kirby's up. Fucking travesty. We saw that shit out. That's fucking funny. You think I'm a pro at anything? Oh, Mel.
You've been doing this for how many years and still can't get it right?
Oh, way to fucking call me out, Jesus. Kind of rude, but okay.
My microphone died, but didn't make the "I've died" noise, and so if you could repeat
Oh, no.
everything at the last minute, that'd be great.
Nothing happened in the last minute. Everything's
We were
fine.
just
I
talking shit about
totally
you.
didn't forget the Kirby's. Everything's fine. We're all good. Hello,
All-
welcome
All
everybody.
you missed was a bunch of air horns.
And air horns. Yeah. Well,
Aw.
you can go back and watch it on the bottom. It's pretty.
Yay!
Oh, we could just do more of them. I suppose
yeah.
that's an option too.
An option, yeah.
right here.
Yeah, we're gonna do a very special case tonight. It's gonna probably be a short one. I reckon we might actually get it done tonight, and then we can probably do the first part of the next case. But yeah, fortunately, I don't know where Hera is, so we'll just have to press on without her for now, I suppose.
Looks like my pipe bomb found its correct address.
That is unfortunate. Please don't kill my voice actors with pipe
That's
bombs.
one way
Thank
to
you
win
very
a
much.
trial, I guess.
It was most unfortunate.
Dude, I could totally see them like making a prosecutor that just is adept at making pipe bombs and shit, and he's just like, "Oh, looks like your witness suffered an
No bomber.
unfortunate incident."
Well, if you needed another voice actor to absorb yet another role, I'm right here.
I was about to say, that's actually how he's taking over all the characters.
He's just pipe bombing
eliminating
everyone.
Each voice actor one by one.
The judge is next.
Oh god. That's
Brody, run!
Bromy. Bromy, get out of there, Bromy.
Oh,
See,
this looks tasty. Nom nom.
See, Fluffy, you're not allowed to do Bromy because that's my job.
Ah,
I'm not going to do Bremy, I'm going to blow him up.
Oh, all right.
See, you can't blow him because that's also my job.
Yeah, shit.
That's below me.
Well, depending on the time, Ika, you'll have to find him in one place or several.
All this talk of
Well, I
bombs
just
is
need the
very
one piece.
explosive. Explosive commentary from Fluffy and Ika tonight.
A specialized device only affecting the upper torso.
God damn
You
it.
just leave the bottom half intact, I'm good.
Alright, is everybody ready to go?
Hey, Supe, can I borrow your cat?
Ready, spaghetti.
Borrow my cat, what for?
I want to put her on the pet bed so Sega stops camping at the window.
I mean, yeah,
Fucking
if she stays there, go for it.
Your dog's a camper? Fucking SMS.
Dude, Sega actually camps. If he had a sniper rifle, like, everyone that goes past our house would just be fucking dead.
yeah, I wouldn't play video games with him.
Fucking just pitches a tent and sits there all game.
Yeah, he would literally be one of those people who camps, and then he would get mad when someone finds his camping spot and kills him.
I usually
Hey. No, he camps, but he's also the strategist that tells everyone where everything is. Because he
Right.
camps, and then he tells Snickers when there's
Oh.
something outside he should be borking at.
Oh,
Arrows on
Cam
the
may
way.
be joining us, yeah.
Alright, get out of here, Ika.
Oh no!
That's rip.
Okay.
I was filling in for Hera one day, and she joined the call when I was like midline, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I think you, like, actually
But
spoke
one
the
soul
line
leaves the
over
body
each
and
other.
another joins in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking
like I was
funny.
halfway through the line and she finished it for me. It was amazing.
I guess we'll chill here until she gets here then. Yeah, this case and the next case are like my favorite in the whole series, so I'm really keen for you guys to see it and for everyone to enjoy it. Oh, gonna be Gucci.
Yes.
Gucci Gango.
Okay, Soup, why don't you pass the time by reading the little synopsis you had on the cast list? Get everybody up to speed.
Oh, the little synopsis. I mean, it's just a thing of the...
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll pass the time. Read it for us.
Case number 4. Turnabout beginnings. Phoenix lays in a hospital bed, laptop playing a court recording from 6 years ago. We wind back again to when Mia Fey undertook her first murder trial. Her opponent is a familiar, handsome face who also happens to be prosecuting their first ever trial. This case involves something so traumatic that Mia refused to step in court for nearly a year after. Now, in this gripping penultimate episode, we will finally get to find out why. Tune in next week for, I don't know, more lawyer stuff, I guess. But this week we got the good shit. We got the good shit. The good shit. And it's gonna happen very soon as our star arrives.
Sorry, I just only now noticed that Wizard has changed her name to Wizard Boob Taco, and I just want to point that out.
You know, do you want to know the origin of that name?
Sure.
Such a good origin.
Yes.
We were talking about, I think the discussion was like, women have 7 orifices or something.
8.
8, and then I was because it was initially 5, wasn't it? And it's like, oh no, there's 7, and then
It's like,
you
there's the ears, and it's like, oh yeah, there's
no,
also...
because you said nostrils and I said ears at the same time, and you're like, oh right, ears.
Yeah, no, the first one was also urethra.
Urethra, yeah.
So we just kept piling all
People
of
always
Yeah.
forget the urethra.
And then we mentioned boobs, and I was like, well, you could like make one with boobs if they're big enough, and then you could just have like a boob taco. So then Wizard was like, I'm changing my name to Boob Taco.
You could have a fish taco.
Well, technically, I initially said nipples.
You did, but then
And only if you're inverted.
naturally my mind went to Brewbob because it always does.
I regret asking this question.
Look, man.
Jesus
man.
Christ.
You're gonna get the context.
Look, me
I'm
too
sorry.
a little bit.
Hey, Hera. How you
Hey, here she
Hello.
is.
I am so sorry. I have
Welcome.
quite literally slept the entire day away.
doing? That's okay. Are you alright?
You're here. That's all that's important.
I think I slept 12 hours yesterday,
Oh,
and I've slept like another 12 or so. I've just done nothing but sleep.
sleep is good though.
That sounds amazing.
Are you
Alright,
ready?
Yes,
polar
no.
opposites right now.
Are you ready to be main character for this trial?
Yes, I am. I'm so sorry. I feel so badly. Guys.
No, that's all good.
Yeah,
I'm
fine.
just glad you're alright. That's all.
On
Yes,
that note,
I
I'm
am-
gonna bounce out and watch on Twitch.
Okay.
Bye,
See you,
Boob
Wiz.
Taco.
Bye-bye.
I
I miss
Bye.
you. Taco.
Now that you
Oh,
don't
wow.
need
Hi,
me,
Boo-Boo.
I'm a fuck off.
But I need you. You're my
Oh.
emotional support boob.
Oh.
Oh,
It's okay. She'll support us from the Twitch chat.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
I'll be around
my
Donnie
Eva.
Mom. It's K.
No.
Thank you, Ika.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. All right, friendos
Okay.
and
It was so
beautiful,
bad.
beautiful. No, don't feel bad. You're fine. You're here. It's all that matters. We're good. We're ready.
Ah,
We're ready to go.
ah.
I'm gonna press the yes button, and then we're gonna do the thing. In
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Oh, I had
Go,
stream
let it
still
go.
open. Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
You're good.
Is this the
Yeah, I'm
start
good.
to become human?
Shut up. Come closer, and I kill her.
The guy looks like Curio from
Sorry,
Yakuza.
you're not going to get the chance.
Bling.
Flash.
Flash, Bork, Harf, Snarf.
Heckle.
Heckle.
Phoenix is watching porn.
I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Words are on screen. You may read them if you wish.
Pedophiles. Kidnap. Murder. Sentence. Death penalty. After escaping, Fells met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape.
Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met.
That is an insane starting client.
Yeah.
Straight
Like her
off the
mentor
fucking bar
really
exam.
threw her, and yeah, her mentor is like, you know what? Fucking yeet.
You will find out. You will find out why he's in a hospital bed next case. February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 4.
I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Oh shit. Shit.
Oh shit, that's definitely the line.
Hi, good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia.
I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody.
Terry fell. Is it Falls over there?
Falls.
Terry
Yeah.
Falls? Okay, yeah. My first
Like
client.
someone falling off a bridge.
Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Sorry, I'm sorry.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere.
But Mr. Falls, police just recaptured you 2 days ago.
Sorry. I told a little lie.
Oh boy.
But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody.
Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry.
They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I could never do that.
Two days ago, he escaped from a police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could capture him. Police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped.
So that much. Oh, hello, voice. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim.
I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true.
I can trust him, right? I mean, I should.
That'll be fluffy.
Allow me to tap back into. Ha! Oh god, I'm even
Oh,
more
daddy.
You're not gonna
Hang on a
figure.
second.
Obligatory
There it
air
is.
horns for sure.
You're not
sorry. Go ahead.
It breaks me every time. You're not gonna figure out the truth just by staring at the guy.
Why are you here?
I came to see how little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with.
Oh.
I'm looking at Mia and just thinking, God, I wish that was me.
God, I wish that was me. Where's Mr. Grossberg?
That old man's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Something about hemorrhoids. Not good enough. After all, it's me. Diego Armando.
I was just going. My brain was just like armadillo. I was like, no. It's not. I was just like, say armadillo right now.
I'm a
Diego
dildo.
Armadillo.
I'm a dildo.
Diego Armando.
Take on a Nintendo.
I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest law attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me?
Oh, no. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client.
Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though.
Ha! Relax, I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
Really?
However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career.
Oh. Genius.
Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Chopping those claws of yours. It's go time.
What do you mean I can't predict on my own channel? Fuck that.
Rigged.
Oh my god, Ego.
Oh, Ika.
All right.
Don't
You know
care
what?
if he ends up
I
being
mean,
the bad
I
guy. I
agree.
want him to bite
I'm dumping
me.
30,000 points into no, and then I'm just hanging up.
Yeah.
A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's why my client ran away from it. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. This is going to be some Green Mile shit, is it? I'm going to end up in tears by the end of this.
February 16th, 10 a.m.
Oh.
District Court, courtroom number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial at Terry Falls.
The defense
Thank
is
you.
ready, Your Honor.
Thank you for keeping up the Irish. I love you so much.
I'll do my best.
Oh, gee, who's this? Oh, it's me.
Who's that sexy guy?
Oh yeah, we got just all the sexy men in here tonight. We got Judge Canada, we got Miles Edgeworth, and Diego
I need a
Armando.
mop by the end.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Oh, it's fucking caramel in my ears, man.
I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
Who the fuck are you? So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age.
Hey, Lissa, how you doing?
Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
Ooh.
And Your Honor, I was born a lawyer.
At 20 years
I
old,
came
I
out
was
of the
born.
room practicing.
I came out of the womb doing the bar exam, Your Honor.
I came out of the womb and sentenced my first man to death.
It was my father, Gregory Edgeworth.
Oh my god.
I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh?
Oh.
Come on, Mia, you can't lose to someone younger than you.
Young people running a trial? I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct?
I love it.
I really just going in the way we go. Precisely.
5:41. Holy crap, Lissa, that's early.
But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls, was responsible for her death.
You got it, kitten.
Well
Okay,
then. Well then, Mr. Edward, let's hear your opening statements.
Heck yeah, Lissa, get those gains.
Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Fowles, was sentenced to death in this very court.
It's false, but okay.
I'm pronouncing it that way, fuck you.
Okay.
I'm pronouncing it differently because I'm playing 2 different characters. Get off my dick.
Okay.
His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old.
A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted.
Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony.
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Fowles at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Fowles throw his young victim into the river.
It's iconic, Lissa.
In motion.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away.
That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be.
Exactly. The victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne.
Feck off, you grasshole! I see.
What the fuck did you just say to me, you little shit? I'm having a nap.
Shut up, you gobshite. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. I don't even know what this accent is. Holy shit.
Just keep doing
it's
it.
everywhere.
I love it. It's so
everywhere.
Only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him.
good. He's like all European mixed into one. I love it. Whatever. I mean, I'm not talking for a while, so...
It's just like, oh, where are you from? Europe. Oh, whereabouts? Europe.
Just Europe. I was everywhere in Europe.
Aha, the truth is becoming clear to me now.
Get to the chopper!
That sounds great, it does.
I'm from Dublin.
Whatever accent Bromy is doing. Okay. Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Wait a minute, that's not right.
Oh, that's an accent.
At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor.
Mum, it's just me boo.
Watch yourself, Miss Fair. I'm not sure I can care for your word choice or your tone of voice.
The young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Listen here, you wee little cunt. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite.
Hypocrite.
Now then, Miss Edgeworth, please call your first witness.
Hypocrite gobshite.
I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case.
I wonder who that'll be.
Right. Oh, hey, he's got a different dress code.
Yeah, he's new.
witness state your name and occupation? Gumshoe! Dick Gumshoe! I'm a homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. My father got promoted to detective division half a year ago.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Wow, I really just slapped him with it, didn't I?
Hey, ma'am! You got any idea how much work it takes?
Shush, child. What is it?
You're really... Excuse me, Trust. You're really good at it.
Fluffy. Excuse me?
Maggie's like rapidly approaching right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm playing the simp. No, Gumshoe. Please.
Do it.
No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up in contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it.
I should just say, Fluffy is like the MVP of voices in this group. He's
Special for you, Fluffy.
Yay.
No, detective, tell us about the incident.
Oh, please tell me I get to do a floor plan.
Hey, yes, sir, right away.
will a bridge plan suffice?
Yes.
Okay.
The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force.
Oh, Valorant, I played that game.
She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss.
That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Yes, sir. I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here.
Oh my god. It's even better than floor plans. It's ravine plans.
Yeah.
Ravine.
This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. Now the river that runs under the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at the police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir.
Where are we dropping, boys?
Dusky Bridge.
I always go to
see.
Eagle River. Best loot.
Dusky
King's
Bridge
map.
map added to the court record.
Was the victim's blood found on the bridge?
The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
Mr. Edgeworth, I warned you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then I have no proof that they even met there.
Your Honor,
Bottom text.
if you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day.
Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me, though. I was some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Oh, look. Here we go, Mia. Hang on.
Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready.
Keen-eyed and memorable among you may notice that Edgeworth wagging his finger is very similar to Manfred von Karma from the first game.
Oh. Yes, I did actually notice that.
So is his coat, honestly.
Yeah, because he's got the same similar vest thing as opposed to the weird scarf thing that I never remember the name of.
Yeah, the
Mascot.
cravat.
Is that what you just said? Yeah.
Cravat, yeah.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Fowles. I said yeah. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain.
Did Gumshoe cut himself shave? Probably.
Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge.
Naturally.
Now, would the
Obviously.
defense please hurry and proceed with the cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Coming right up.
Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee.
I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here.
The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner.
I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner here.
Ha! You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show 'em what you got, kitten.
It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court persuader videos you stayed up all last night watching. Oh, please don't tell me I have to tell everyone to press tab.
No.
Oh my god.
They
The
threw
cool
that
bit.
line in there to be like, oh yeah, she doesn't need a tutorial.
Okay, cool.
I almost read it out loud. That's great. We'll hold
I'm
it.
sensing some sexual tension. Dude, that's like this entire game, trust.
This is like any character interacting with one.
Mm.
This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was a defendant, Terry Falls.
Mhm.
What? The defendant called her. Oh, Jesus.
The shape-shifting accent is awesome.
He's just become a different fucking European accent every time. It's great.
Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note?
Yeah, a top secret memo that she left on her desk.
Victim's note added to the court record.
According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed defendant Terry Falls.
Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
Looks like the judge is even much more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
That's that detective's fault. He's the one that said the unknown person.
Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to.
Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky.
You can't tell right now, but I'm dabbing.
Oh,
That was better than humph, so I took that as a line. Listen, this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This is the first trilogy of games. There's like six games, I think. And they're fucking great. They're like among my favorite games of all time.
yeah, we're all fucking behind here. Little did you know, it's actually just always an orgy every time we stream.
Oh yeah, always is.
It's not even the characters that are fucking. It's we get right into it. We're all messages.
Oh yeah.
Who's gonna post smut this week?
Please don't.
Smut.
Please don't. Stop. Concentrate. Then the smut later.
Oh,
Oh,
Mr. Falls had a car then.
well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. Well, the defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car?
What in the sweet hell of fuck was that one?
That was Ethiopian.
No, of course not. It was stolen. You stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light.
Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves.
Glad to be of service, Lissa.
Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything?
Fuck, that was perfect.
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk.
I'm glad I didn't take my fucking water before you did that, Wiz. Holy shit.
Naturally, there's a body of Valerie Hawthorne on there.
Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable.
That's alright, she's dead.
Crime photo added to the court record.
The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah. Ha! For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
We're talking about a woman here.
You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm.
The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
She's taking a little death nap now.
She's just sleeping.
Little honk shoe me.
Witness!
What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry, I totally forgot I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever actually had to address someone like that.
You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this.
I'm sure I like you.
Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy?
Honk schnoo, honk schnoo.
Honk schnoo, honk schnoo.
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee.
Ugh, come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer.
Shake it off, shake it off.
Detective.
Yes, ma'am.
This photo.
Armando has no chill, that's his character arc.
You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take another look at this note written by the victim.
No?
It very clearly says, wear a white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request.
I
have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it on this photo.
I can't do Uwu voice today, my throat's fucked.
It's okay.
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
Yeah, get fucked, Gumshoe.
The court took her to where to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this?
I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is this one, perchance? Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first, and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It is the safest place I know.
The drama, that is like so based.
That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic.
It's not exactly white, as the caller requested. But as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for.
Looks like it spent some time in the mud.
Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time.
The court will accept the scarf into evidence.
Scarf added to the court record.
Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye?
Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck.
Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business...
That was me, Lissa.
The prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Fowles didn't meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there.
That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Ah, everything is moving at his whim.
Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
Genius, huh?
Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim from behind and stabbed him in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off.
Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that the bridge is very high up.
It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below.
Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway?
Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party.
Aha! Potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom?
Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Witness's photo added to the court record.
So, as you can see, Terry Fowles had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge.
Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty.
Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet.
Fuck that.
Do you mean, fuck that?
Oh, this is due procedure.
Due
process.
procedures.
Nice.
Hold
it.
I was about to speak about it. She's coming.
Oh Lord, she's coming.
Is that part of the witness's testimony as well?
Of course it is. He punched the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach.
I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal.
What? Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Does that mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he says brutal. I wonder if he is Canadian.
I got no idea what the fuck he is. Save your nasty look. Save your nasty look for the right person.
Huh?
Take a look. Oh, baby. The cold record seems to have wet itself.
Oh! Hey, what's your heat spill your coffee? I shouldn't have kept the cork back on between my pants.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo.
He didn't come and look. So, what do I do?
You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean?
Of course I do.
So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance.
Contradiction.
Woo.
Ooh. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog too. Just generally soggy atmosphere.
Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere.
This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk.
Yeah. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us all to what it isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day?
Like everything. Naturally, the answer is right here.
Soggy atmosphere title of your sex tape.
Oh.
The
The victim's coat.
Seen it.
As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it.
You pronounced the booty wrong.
Oh,
That's exactly what's strange.
It's fucking brutal, bro.
Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. Hey. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud.
That's exactly right. The other day I fell in a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled.
I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean the top of the bridge itself is muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard pride of the legal lead would be wet, but not muddy.
Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken.
Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day?
The surface of the bridge, huh?
Ha! A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this.
Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy.
Right, Tony's bridge.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm zoned out a little there.
Just in the zone.
This evidence is the scarf.
Ah!
It should be obvious. If the scarf fell under the bridge and got this muddy, it means the bridge was obviously covered in mud.
Ah, no, I can't be outwitted by Jesus. Okay,
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Say the line.
I wasn't expecting it to be that. I am. Ah, no, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo.
Edgy. Hey, same to you, buddy.
Yeah, you himbo.
It's simple. She should have commented on the scarf when she died.
Miss Fair's assertion makes perfect sense to me.
I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we?
Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here.
You're doing pretty well. For a little kid.
Me, a little bimbo kitten. Mr. Armando.
No matter what he says, the contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated that she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence is one of those three.
Humph! What you said just now, I'm not sure I like it. I don't like anything.
It wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it.
This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know.
Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as a flimsy scam it really is.
Yes. Yes, we will. The false evidence in this case is the... It's a no-brainer, obviously. It's the witness that's suspicious.
Don't sound too sure of yourself now.
During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact.
Schmut.
The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back.
God,
Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
That's what the witness told us.
Uh-huh. That testimony is filled with holes. Yes. Smut.
Stop with the smut! God damn it!
After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's exactly what I wanted to say, thank you.
That's true.
It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was truly a decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called him in the first place.
That is actually a really wholesome photo, though, not gonna lie. Picture.
Your Honor! The defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears I will need to hear from your mystery witness after all.
You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time.
Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time.
What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth?
What indeed?
Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead.
Sorry, Smut. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons Blue Eyes White Dragon.
That's a Konami product. No!
You have to summon two monsters to win.
I summon that one card that's 5 pieces. Exodia, that's the one.
Exodia, obliterate.
Ah, yes. For the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation?
Oh. God damn it.
Did you miss me?
With every shot so far.
I was hoping for a reaction.
Everybody's so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Pitter-patter.
Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. I'm a fucking perv. I'm gonna put myself in jail. Goodbye.
Read the
Oh,
lines, Riley.
Jesus Christ.
I don't wanna.
Read the
I
lines.
feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Fuck. Christ.
Hey, you're not so fast, you disgusting man.
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. I also haven't seen the first chapter, so I don't know who this person is. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man.
I thought you watched it. Oh, you mean like your character? Yeah.
Yeah, the
sorry.
character.
Yeah.
If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me.
Sir?
Yes, my dear.
This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble that I might cause.
Not at all. There's no trouble at all. Also, that first sentence was definitely not intentional.
No, I'm going to cause a lot of trouble.
Now then, may we please have your name and occupation?
My name is, Melissa Foster.
Liar.
I'm a college student, a freshman in the
Liar.
literature department. No, I'm actually a college student.
Lies! Oh, lies!
That was actually the truth. That was
Hey, hey, kid, that's metagaming. Knock it off.
He's reading
Yes,
the script. Get him.
Daddy.
You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you're the one who took this photo. Is that accurate?
How can you be so mean?
Now
What?
see here. What are you doing shoving that in her face like that?
But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous.
Next time we'll be forced to penalize you.
I don't like the turn this has taken.
I like how you pronounced it pain-a-wise.
Because it's pain.
It's painful.
Is she staring at me?
And you would be?
I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey.
I see. So you are.
Now then,
Bitch.
young lady. Could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best.
You know, if she gets hungry, she could just grab one of those and eat it.
Like a lizard. The tongue slips out.
I would fucking absolutely riot if she just had an animation that was like a 0.001% chance of just going and just grabbing one of them. Fuck.
Just like mushy.
Dahlia confirmed lizard person.
What was that, Fluffy?
Bromy let the intrusive thoughts win.
I lost. I had to share.
Oh shit. Okay.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. And suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo to show us the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. Jesus Christ, Ika.
Ika, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
I think Ika needs a supervisor.
All right. You need to put that one back in Pandora's box.
We need to turn notifications for the lawyer chat off. I think for the rest of the stream. Fuck me.
What do you mean? It's beautiful.
That last one was.
I'm into it.
I'm into
it. I'll put it in the general Discord just with no context.
Hey man, you're bad for
Amazing.
both. You can't lose.
I'm gonna put it in Spicy Soup channel. I'm just gonna stick it in there with no context
They're
at all.
such a good couple.
They are really good.
They break my heart.
Oh.
One of them's dead.
By the way, when were you standing where the incident occurred?
I believe the map would be of help here.
Oh, thanks, Ika.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs.
Melissa, where are you dropping, boys? Watch your skins in Fortnite.
What?
Okay.
Annie?
Nay.
Name. I think I just died a little inside hearing that statement.
The Canadian
brought-
judge plays Fortnite. That's just ruined my week. Thank you.
I brought the camera that I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Oh, what a cute camera. Just like its owner.
Oh, you flatterer.
God,
All right,
hate you.
controller. If we could just bring up the ages real quick. If we could just bring up the ages.
Soup, I
Camera
think we
added
need
to
to.
the court record.
The ages.
Yeah, their ages, please. The judge
Uh,
and Melissa.
Age
All right,
check.
then.
Melissa is 19 here, and I don't know if the judge.
He's
It
19.
doesn't actually have the judge.
Okay, I've got Gumshoe on standby.
19.
Gumshoe's on standby.
There's an
How
extra
old is-
0 at the end of his age.
How old is Gumshoe here? Oh, he's 26. Okay.
Oh, he's so
That's-
cute. Oh,
Bro,
Mia.
Baby gummy bear.
Gumshoe vampire
baby
confirmed.
gummy.
The only thing that changed about him is he got more of a beard.
His
Okay,
jacket.
fun fact, the reason why his model isn't changed too much is because they ran out of memory on the Game Boy Advance. So
Oh, really?
all they could do was change the color of his jacket. That's it.
That's fucking fun. That's really funny. Holy shit.
You know,
couldn't
I just
change
like
his
the idea
beard or
that
anything.
Gumshoe is just one of those guys that just like gets to age 60 and then ages.
He came out of the womb looking like he was 30.
Like, hey pal, I want to be a detective.
All right then, Miss Fair, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
Oh, is that what you call your dick?
In your arse.
Oh.
Oh man.
Yeah. That went places we all weren't ready for.
Also, the judge has the Orange Justice dance unlocked in Fortnite.
Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that?
Well, you see.
No, I don't see.
Give The photo we presented was the only one there was.
Hey, Max.
Hello.
Hey, edgy boy. 71.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment,
I'm just backing them.
then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it.
Oh! My
41.
apologies, young lady.
41 is a bit different than 71.
It's only 30 years.
Oh, no.
Still too old for Dahlia.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
as you say, 1941.
Yeah,
19
Melissa,
and 41.
sorry.
That's
Excuse me.
getting it. That's a gumshoe dispatch right there. Take him down.
Yeah. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit.
He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he?
I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean...
You've had a film?
Always consensual, Max. Always.
Hey.
This photo, it was the last one.
What?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers.
The witness herself? Then who took the photos?
Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it.
So you took the photos of yourself?
I remember taking some photos of myself once too.
No, we don't need to know about that.
No.
No, you back the fuck off, you weirdo. I can
Please,
already know
no
the
details.
angles at which I already know the angles at which those were took. Fuck off.
Seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
If you want to know, the carpets do match the drapes.
Oh god.
Please no.
Wait just a minute. Yes.
Oh, I just had the worst thought in the world. Oh, no.
Tell us, do share.
All right. Carpet is the exact same as the beard.
Oh,
Oh, so you have to like open
There's
it up.
nothing
to
on
find
the
what's
top.
inside.
It's all on the bottom. Nothing
It's
on the
actual
top.
curtains.
It's all on the bottom.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
I don't-
There's just a little bit on the top. I was gonna say his pubes are as bushy as his neck beard. Ah!
Oh, God.
Under the shaft is a good angle. Shaft of the tank cannon. Oh my god, this
Jesus
conversation
fucking
is
Christ.
derailing quickly. Fuck me.
Smut.
Oh.
if she had no film,
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
if she had no film left, she had no film left.
Yeah.
Miss Foster,
Good job.
perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo.
Edgy, please,
Please
no.
no.
Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
What is that
Mr.
supposed to mean,
Edgeworth.
Edgeworth?
Don't make me get a restraining order out on you.
It's alright, I like men.
Very well then. Let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your
Fair.
thoughts on the fights that you witnessed.
I like men.
Man.
Yes, Mr. Judge.
Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk.
It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention.
Yeah, it's sickening.
Fight me, bitch.
I will.
It's
Yeah,
alright,
it's called
back his copper. I'll be
Let's
there.
go.
Fucking he just shows up with like 17 coffee mugs, just starts lobbing them.
Okay, yep.
Witness.
What the
Your testimony is a joke.
fuck? No one's laughing.
Huh? What? But I just...
Miss Faye, you're the joke. I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
So you're a pedophile.
I'll arrest myself. Good luck with the case.
All right.
One short testimony and two bad contradictions. You were saying? There's no possible excuse.
You say there were 2 contradictions?
Did I stutter? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area.
Floor plans.
According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well, then.
She would have hit the dead end.
You said 10 yards, but she couldn't even run 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side.
It's simple. Fowl simply did a reverse command grab to switch her sides and then corner juggled her.
What does all this mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's fighting game terms, you wouldn't understand.
No, I really wouldn't.
It's very simple, Your Honor.
See, Mia plays fighting games, she knows.
This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it.
This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court. Have I been catfished again?
Catfished IRL.
Just, you know what?
Poor
Even
fish.
I want to put a restraining on you.
What fish? Motherfucking caught fish.
Just
It's a very unique and specific niche kind of catfishing.
Fish.
Exactly, Lissa. Line us, bitch us.
You don't even know the half of it. Ugh.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
No.
Okay.
I said Your
Mr.
Honor. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion.
What do you mean?
There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say?
What are you referring to?
It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it.
So you're saying?
I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident.
That's ridiculous.
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence.
Right.
That guy is good.
Huh? What do you mean?
He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
What? A coward.
Well, Miss Faye, it seems you once again made a reckless accusation.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
Dude, I love just the unanimous daddy energy coming from Diego at the moment. It's great.
Oh, I love it too.
Right?
No, it wasn't your fault at all.
Now then, shall we go on with the trial?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
I love it. It just evolves into fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually. God damn it.
Fuck you, Tony.
Fuck you. Yeah, that's what was going through my head.
You, Ezekiel.
Indeed.
Indeed, indeed.
All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're on your side, Miss Foster.
There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Can you stop simping for her?
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
She's shaken up, Hera.
If he accepts this, if he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Oh well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
Ha! That's what I like to hear.
All right, Miss Fair, your cross-examination, if you please.
The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack.
A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found.
Well, what is it?
Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below that bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
Ah!
In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above that Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body into the water.
Order! 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 I'm not sure if Aruga. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Fair. But I must admit, it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river.
Oh.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth.
How sad. Perhaps Miss Fay would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. Perhaps with a toaster. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
What are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw.
Quite true. Miss Fair, it seems that your assertion was without merit after all.
But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Surely you can't deny the body was found in the trunk of the car?
That's certainly consistent with what the witnesses told us.
Ugh.
Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
Well, I'll
And-
try. That bitch stops talking over me.
Jesus.
I love you, Hera.
I love you.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Oh, you can't.
Who is he talking about?
All right, I'll do my best.
I'm just all burps today. This is fun.
If only we had a guide to follow.
I just gotta figure out which one it is.
Yeah, it's cool. Look at the guide, bro.
Shut up. Jesus Christ.
Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what?
Have you ever put salt in your coffee?
No, why would I?
Why not?
Huh?
It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence.
He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose.
By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well, after all.
Good to know, honey. Good to know.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just had to do that very important piece of dialogue because I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy to have more lines.
This is true.
If you push tab, you can find the contradictions in the guide you're not reading properly.
Fuck off. There we go, found it. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time.
Oh.
Got her so good she can't even speak.
Yeah. Oh dear. Feel good, Sonny?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I had some technical dog difficulties. Excuse me.
All good. Hello, Sega. Ooh.
Don't worry, Sonny. As a trained adventurer, I will accidentally kill your dog for you.
I think my housemate is about to do the honors for you.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh, bad
is that
puppy.
Is that a thing you need to go solve?
Done what?
Done
I
what?
guess not.
We'll just get off my line real quick in case I need to disappear.
Okay.
Made a crucial mistake.
A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes.
Eyelash!
Y-
That's
yes,
what I saw!
and-
Sorry. Wasn't
and-
sure if you were back.
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken that photo from the day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rocks is directly in the way.
Ah,
That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car.
ah.
Objection. I've watched film theory. Miss Foster is simply twice as tall as you would expect. That's how tall over the top. Haha! Got him! I arrest my case. Owned. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
It's not
That's
far
right.
it's not far off his actual theory.
It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine.
I have gigantism.
I'm really tall, okay?
I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash.
Broke myself with my own chest.
I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes?
This is invested.
This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. But the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff.
Oh!
Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But you still claim to have been able to see the killer's car. Got him, bitch.
Order in the court! What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo?
Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes.
Oh!
Mr. Judge,
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect.
Speak for yourself.
Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say.
Wait, that
Yes,
was like,
Mr.
I'm
Perfect.
perfect. Wait.
Forgive divine. What were you saying?
It's nothing. Keep going.
Those lines. Let's all talk all over it.
Okay. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here.
Simp.
What? That's not fair.
Ha! Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward.
Yes, sir. But that wasn't fair.
Okay, kid. You need to relax. Then you need to remember. The other kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there.
So tell me, how did you know that? How did you know that he broke into the trunk?
Uh-huh.
Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're gonna have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom.
Well, witness.
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it.
What? Let me see the photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole.
I don't ever want to hear him say keyhole ever again.
Keyhole?
You know
So
what? I
obvious.
really don't like it when you say that word.
It's obvious that his trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Fair, are you satisfied?
No. The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said. Is there a contradiction in here somewhere? Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself.
What?
You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her.
I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here.
And then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained herself.
Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches.
Yes, what is it?
Naturally. When she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of the car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
That's ridiculous. I would never.
Yeah, you would.
It was the man in the prison guard. He's the one that...
I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
But he stole the car.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition.
Oh, I see.
You dumb bitch. I love you, Sonny.
I love you too, Hera. This is fun. Let's keep fighting. This is great.
Let's keep fighting.
Anything I say in this trial directed at you is not directed at you at all.
Okay, yeah, good. Glad we're on the same page. Thanks for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. But it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk.
No, fuck you.
Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that you took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at that time she was taking photographs.
Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing.
Finish him.
Finish him.
Finish her.
Okay. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth.
Let's see.
There's no need to think too deeply about it. Oh, do you want me to say the green text?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we?
Show us the feature.
It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture.
What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? Then when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field.
Would the defense please explain further?
Listen, this is... Jesus Christ. Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity.
Well, then please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred?
Just decides to turn into Megadeth.
I'm not gonna lie, kind of sounded like Pete from Kingdom Hearts.
Well, where was she?
Naturally, the witness is right here.
But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing.
Give me that keepsake, Sora.
Goofy, order. Miss Faye, where on earth?
Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car.
That was amazing.
Perfect sound effects.
PowerPoints are my passion.
But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
Oh god, how do I pronounce that word? Asinine?
Asinine, yeah.
How asinine. Of
Anus.
course, Mr. Fowles met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Fowles.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness.
What?
It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Miss Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster.
Me?
Yeah, you. Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Miss Falls himself believed the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
Since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in federal penitentiary.
A number.
Penetration.
In federal
Phylactery.
penetration.
Pentamento.
Penumbris.
Palindrome.
Palindrome.
Fungus.
For snippety, I don't know.
Pomegranate.
Pythagoras.
He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
All of those P words.
Communists.
Yes. You're just making...
God damn it.
And yes.
You're just making this up as you go along. Where is your proof?
It was your proof. I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open.
Blow me wide open, please.
Yes,
Oh
ma'am.
my god! Bonk! Bonk, all of you! Jesus.
Hey.
I love Mia.
Mia loves you too, baby. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf.
Ah,
It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. Otherwise, as long as you're wearing a scarf like he asked.
Jesus Christ. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm keeping you up.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, Chief. I'm good.
Okay. Alright.
I said I'm good.
Okay. Alright.
Right back on.
This is it. It's over.
It's on.
Who are you,
Take
who are you,
that.
the judge?
Yeah.
Yeah, Judge.
That's
Yeah.
pronounced Hera.
Judge
Tired
Liz.
as fuck.
Hey, look. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne.
So confident in winning, she's bored.
I know. She's super confident.
She's just like, oh, fucking genius prosecutor, whatever, bro. Schmuck.
Bruh.
Yo, does someone say smart?
Well,
No.
smart.
What?
In the Discord for
No
later.
smart. No smart. Stop.
Need
Smart.
more.
Schmutt.
What do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? Yeah.
My god.
He
Evil
said
boss
she-
is
she
right.
actually
like-
fucking fate pink dusted her. It just fucking blew up.
You
you
blew
seen the
me wide
memes?
open.
Have you seen the memes where it's like, yeah, I trust my man around other women. Like, there's no reason to. And it's like, other woman. Me. Smack. Please tell me I'm not the only one and I sound like a crazy person.
All I heard was me smack, and that was it.
Oh, it didn't bring through the. Okay, so it's like, you know, I trust my husband or boyfriend, but I trust my partner around other women. I've got no need to worry. And it's like other women, and it's like being really cutesy and flirty, like, and then it's like me, mockingly, and then you smack her in the face.
Ah,
I see.
Yeah.
Picture is becoming clear.
I see.
Very good.
Very good, very good.
where's
Oh,
this?
I feel dumb. Carry on.
No. It was good. Thank you.
Very good, very good.
Thanks for contributing nothing, Harold.
Hey.
You're fine. You
That's
are
a-
a
that's-
very valued contributor, I'll have you know.
Yeah, that's our friend you're talking about. Knock it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No negativity on this channel, thank you.
Yeah, this is a put up zone. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, mother sucker.
Yeah, mother sucker.
Can you say
Okay.
that in his accent, please?
No,
Yeah,
please,
mother
no.
sucker.
Yeah,
No,
mother
God.
sucker.
Please no.
One of these things is not like the other.
Hey, I gotta
Doesn't
go. It's there's no conflict of schedule. I just don't want to be here anymore.
You're voicing like 50 of the characters. Please stay.
All right, I'll stay for one of them.
Thank you.
You have to source the others, and I'm not telling you which one I'm staying for.
This is an
You'll have
equitable
to figure it out.
compromise.
I'm gonna take 5 seconds to pause before I snap.
Oh god, please don't. All right.
Where is Miss Forster?
Miss Fuster.
She's collecting herself in the lobby.
Actually did blow her wide open.
See a jigsaw.
Yes. She did in fact want to play a game.
Oh.
Oof.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't it obvious, my love?
She's the real culprit.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies.
Excellent. Yes, Your Honor.
Understood.
Very well. This court is in recess.
Oh, thank
Where's
God. I've needed to pee for like half an hour. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, go get those gains, Lissa. Thanks for popping in. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Lissa.
We are going to take a quick break, so Fluffy can go pee, and everyone else can do things, I guess. We'll be back momentarily. What?
I think I need to go make sure my dog is still alive.
Yeah, fair. Go do that. We'll reconvene in like 5 minutes. Enjoy the clips while we're gone. We'll be back soon. Truth about what happened.
I know the truth.
The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day.
Oui.
Accurately.
Oui.
Aw.
I have no idea what the hell you said, pal. We can find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal.
So how much of your stock's going on your game?
That's great. I got a great turnip.
Someone's voice. The defense requests an immediate recess. Mere voices in my head.
Huh. So that's your answer, huh?
I need medical attention.
Very well. I've decided I need medical attention as well.
I see dead people.
Whereas, like, the judges pooped his pants.
Courtroom, I've shit myself. The court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright,
Foreshadowing or something. Well, you are the future master, right?
Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue.
Hold on. Excuse me? That looks like a butt plug. Excuse me, wizard.
What? I gotta say a few controversial things sometimes.
Clearly, her
bugs
butt
do you
is
use?
better trained than yours. Supe.
Clearly, I don't think I could ever get my butt that.
There's no guns in Australia.
Somehow. I think this is the present that man was talking about.
It's present.
Miss Von Karma is one of those top prosecutors in the country at the moment.
Yeah.
If she were to disappear, like a fucking dingo took the baby kind of situation, that would be to her advantage, you know?
Oh my god, this is so much more better.
Very much to your advantage.
We'll try that again.
Feel the heat. Feel the heat. Take my feet pics. Don't post them on Twitter.
You watch, I'll find one at close range and it'll just... Whoa! Listen here, bud. Ow! Rude. Don't scare me like that. And here come the enemies.
Oh, and these guys. Looks like the laser's controlled up in the central structure.
Sit the fuck down. Oh. I see. Alright, it'll be... I guess it's I that will sitteth the fuck down then.
Is her crime.
What? How is this even possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
I'm gonna pour myself some tomato juice. Fuck you.
That's unnatural.
You're unnatural. I love you though.
I'm a force of nature. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't...
Edgeworth is like, oh, it's way past my bedtime right now.
Oh, this is boring.
Alright, I'm really fucking tired right now.
It's all good, man.
But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending.
Suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right?
Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galacta has 3 uppity symbols.
Jesus Christ. 3 symbols?
Yay! Everyone get ready. All together now.
Silk hat, cloak, white roses.
White roses. Oh.
And a giant
Who cares if you knew that?
Bruh, I got a tip for this fight. It's to kill the tip. Don't worry if he's angry, just smack him. And if he looks like he's about to, like, orgasm, like right now, then you walk away. You fly away. You go back, you hit that tip a few times, you just edge him, that's all you do. You don't actually do anything bad, you just let him do his thing, come back, hit him a few times. Leave. Come back. Attack. Leave. Come back. Attack. And then he's going to coom.
The 18, that's it.
Yeah, I was about to say it was the 18.
No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great.
What the fuck is C-Team?
It's A-team, but they've changed it to C because clowns.
Ah.
These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of clown makeup to find the truth.
Well,
I agree, Maya.
If
Emperor Penguins. Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Hey.
I misheard your real name, Lamau.
How is your pee, Fluffy?
That was exquisite.
Glad, just like you.
Aw.
We're also exquisite, as are all of you.
Shut up.
Aw.
Shall we
Flatter
continue? Did I save? I'm gonna save again just in case.
Oh.
I hate that feeling of not knowing whether I've saved, even though I've just saved.
Is it War of the Worlds?
Yay! I don't know why, but as soon as you came back and started asking, that was like the here's our resuming music.
It works. It works well.
We sprot.
Imagine if we found a way to stream us all playing like Wii Bowling or something.
That would be sick. We'll have to look
I
into
want to
that.
go on the ring with Supe. Give me Wii Boxing.
Hell yeah. Once we healed, but now we beat the shit out of each other.
You and me, Hera. In the Max's
challenge.
Craft with knives.
You wouldn't heal on Warcraft and then like pans to us like flailing limbs in Wii Boxing.
I challenge
It's a gateway
Super IRL
drug.
boxing. Just an excuse so he can beat me up because he's far taller than me.
I feel like
never
Supe
do
would
that to
definitely
you.
kick my ass in IRL boxing. My only chance is in-game boxing, man. That's all I got.
Man, you guys give me way too much credit. I'm a wuss. Anyway, let's continue.
No, trust, Supe. Reach is incredibly important in
I have
boxing.
reach and flexibility. Woo.
If you could, I feel like you've got the physical capacity to. It's like crossing the line in your brain being like, it's okay to touch a human being.
Touch me, Supe. Aggressively. With close knuckles.
Well, since you asked, I guess. All right.
I want you to punch me right in the schnoll.
Hurt me, Supe, daddy.
All right. Enough.
I want you to
tongue
Enough
punched me in
of
the
the
fart box.
thirsty hurtness. Bonk all of you.
February 16, 1:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 4.
Mr. Falls. I'm sorry.
I wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't ready.
I want to say thanks. You're really good. You really hooked me up.
I'm trying. Thanks, Romus. They want to prove that she committed the crime.
But one big obstacle we've got to get past.
Obstacle?
Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway?
Motive, huh?
Jesus Christ, he's fucking hot. It's distracting.
Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information. Right.
What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing.
What is that?
Well, the incident happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnap and murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie.
Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay. I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day.
Oh, buddy.
This picture reminds me everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute.
So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years?
Oh, sorry.
Ha! Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute.
It's true. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago. I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, shit. Your girlfriend? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name?
Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister.
What? Are you serious?
I'll let her go.
No, fuck you.
Fucking shoot you, Bruss. Look
Fucking
out, I've
do
got a
it.
gun.
Do it, you won't. Shut
Don't
up.
fucking do it.
Come closer and I kill her.
Sorry, but you're not gonna get the chance.
The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it.
Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie, betray me. Betray us.
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping, too.
Make-believe kidnapping?
Alia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel.
Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas.
I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We send her dad. Ask for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. Tell him Valerie made transfer cause she knew detective.
Stop looking at Smut. Oh my god.
Oh, like, actually, come on.
Now, see, I saw click link at own risk far too late.
Oh man. Same.
Guys.
Having a police detective in your
Holy
pocket
shit.
is a useful thing.
Whoa!
No, stop it.
No. I was expecting a wholesome one so I can maintain focus, but that picture,
Same.
I was not expecting that.
Look, this
That
is
was-
Ika
okay.
we're talking about.
Okay,
You
no,
need
no,
to be...
no. Okay. No, that's not fair.
no.
She posted such wholesome ones.
No, she set you up and you fell for it. Just admit it.
I absolutely fell for it.
Ika needs to come with a warning label.
In the end,
Here's
you were
the warning
planning
label.
on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh?
Speaking of splitting,
Yeah, but that woman... Stop derailing shit, Ika. Fuck! That woman, Valerie, she'd do it for real. She shoot at me for real. Me and Dahlia. I was shot in the arm. Dahlia, she'd jump in river. Oh my...
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over.
And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence.
Couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. Sonny!
Oh man, I didn't realize that was the men. Terry Falls. He killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
These 5 years. All I wonder is why? 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 Why did she lie? That's all I want to know.
So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself.
Yes, but I forget what she looked like. So I tell her to whisk off. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear the answer come from her mouth. That's all.
So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it?
Where's what?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
I don't know.
Huh? You don't know.
No, really? I don't know. gone. With Dahlia.
With Dahlia?
That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack.
Splish!
Now gone. With Dahlia. Gone. Forever. Into Eagle River.
It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute.
You can come back in now. We're about ready to go.
Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond's still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found her. My sweet Dahlia.
They never found her.
Swallowed by the river. Gone. Dahlia. My teen angel.
Your teen angel? How old is she anyway?
Just 14.
14? Unless you were rubbing cradles before diamonds.
Lock him up, boys.
I want to shoot you in the face right now. She plans a fake kidnapping, then disappears into a river with a mill, or rather, a rock worth 2 mil. Man, oh man, angels these days.
Falls takes the fall. He gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel? Or is she really,
Please no.
It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
You bet.
Diamond added to the court record.
The training wheels come off now, Ma. You've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it.
I'll remember you.
February 16th, 1:49 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I looked at some images and now I'm feeling much better.
You better be better.
Dahlia
try my
would be a
best.
fucking degenerate. Sorry, Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa. Yeah.
Got a brave young lady. Brave young laddie.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about? Did that not come through? Sorry.
It did.
Yes? No? Okay.
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman?
It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer.
A motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next.
Well, Miss Fair, do you have any evidence of a motive?
Yes, of course. I think.
You're still acting as game as a kitten. Kitten?
Yes, Daddy.
Jesus
Mr. Armando.
Just the fucking links that pop up, and then just reading what the fucking link says. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
Oh?
Oh my god. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro. That has a different meaning after seeing that last image.
Maybe so.
have
But
to,
I wish
like-
you'd quit grinning at me like that.
Jesus.
I think we're giving Soup grey hairs.
It's not
I
helping,
think we've just
that's
been
for
edging
sure.
him all night. Now he's sexually frustrated.
No, I am not. I am just frustrated.
Alright, I think Ika's gonna have to take one for the team and just get server banned for like half an hour.
I was considering it, not gonna lie. Oh wait, did you do that line? I can't remember, sorry.
Maybe so. But I wish you'd quit grinning at me like that.
Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Of course, Mr. Judge is ready any time you like.
Why'd you say it like that? My god.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah, what would you like to say, Melissa?
My name is totally Melissa. And some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why. I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
See? You're such an honest...
Okay, cut off, idiot! It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
I'm losing my fucking mind, I'm sorry.
Alright,
It doesn't even need to be part of this stream to really derail it. That's amazing.
Alright, okay, I'm good.
Very
Alright,
powerful.
just let out some hoostas, breathe. Get back to focus.
We're good, we're good.
That's one of my rules.
What do you
Look at that 100-watt smile.
Jeez!
Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up.
Very well, then let's hear what the witness has to say.
Hey.
The weakness.
Weakness.
Queen of the weenies.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain. And I certainly didn't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Out of the country, eh?
Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder.
Indeed.
You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
Yes, sir. Somehow I have to tie her to this case.
Tie her up in this case.
Knew you were gonna
Tired.
fucking say that.
Oh.
Bonk.
Ha.
Everyone needs to take some fresh water, I think. Because you all thirsty.
Hey!
I think we wanted to take a special 10-minute break.
Look, all I'm saying is I'm taking...
a group share session over all the smut.
Okay, look, all I'm saying is I'm taking that Diego picture and taking 10, alright? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man.
Alright, okay.
The question, which one?
Let's discuss this later. Let's discuss this later.
I only looked at the first one, I abstained from looking at the rest.
Very good.
Probably for the best, honestly.
Please, can we just continue? Oh my god.
Soup wants to go to bed.
A grudge?
A grudge?
Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes. And that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
My client has always
maintained that he's innocent of those charges.
He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean.
You haven't heard him say anything, you bitch.
Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well.
What do you mean by that?
Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Bitch, I don't like your attitude.
Bitch, I don't like your face.
Bitch, I don't like your hair. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that?
Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
Hang on. It's a spoiler. Does he have prosopagnosia?
It's prosopagnosia.
I don't
face blindness.
What?
Not likely, no.
Face blindness.
I think you're looking.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Okay.
so.
Okay, all good. I was just wondering. That's all. I was trying to
That's
be.
all good.
I was trying to be
My
big brain.
professional opinion would be no, because he's still able to identify people.
Okay.
In
I
general.
was trying to big brain it, but that's okay.
It's okay. Thank you for bringing it up and being promptly dismissed.
Now back into your corner.
I'll be very impressed if they manage to actually integrate proper medical kind of issues.
That's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Fall's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I'd like to add it to the official testimony.
The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer, and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not why I...
Oops.
Just rage quit. Fuck this, I'm out.
Enough!
I'm not that far gone.
Witness, if you would.
If you would.
My pleasure,
Sorry.
Mr. Judge. You interrupt me again and I'll cut you.
Like to see you try, you peppy little bitch.
You say it like that, I kind of believe you. Holy shit.
Dude,
You and
they
me,
said
let's
that,
call
dude. Holy
off. Let's go.
If it means I get to see you in person, I'll take the risk.
Oh, fucking gotta. You do that again, I'll cut. Ugh, chilling. Anyway.
That's a woman that's gonna fucking slice and
Pardon
dice.
me,
Oh,
mummy.
God.
Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took.
Look at this photograph.
It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf that the victim wore as identification.
Ah, you're talking about this scarf right here, eh?
Look at this photograph! That's the scarf the policewoman was wearing.
I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
What? White?
This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me.
Oh,
Well, it was foggy that day, And it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for White. Phoenix White.
Oi. Objection!
I don't know what that name means, but I don't like the person it's attached to.
Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but...
There's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... Witness, have you ever seen this note?
Note? No, never.
It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have...
I wonder about that.
What do you mean?
This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification.
White scarf. Ah!
Witness, you knew what this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Well, Miss Foster?
No!
Order! 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 Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation.
I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public.
And yet the witness knew exactly what the note had said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited.
It's a very pregnant pause.
Terry Falls is one, the person who wrote the note. Valerie Hawthorne is another. Sorry, I went to look at a different channel on Discord and it minimized the screen so much. And finally, one more person.
Did you say one more person?
That's right. A person no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten?
Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was...
Jesus Christ, God be praised.
And the person is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before.
Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is a name right there.
What's this? So who is this person, this Dahlia Hawthorne?
Miss Fay must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life.
The dead?
Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago.
Killed in a crime? You don't mean...
Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Fowles.
You said she was killed, but was she really?
What are you implying?
Of course, people thought she had to have died 5 years ago.
Well, thank you for the follow syntax.
When she fell off of a dusky bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old, 5 years ago. If she was still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are.
Ah,
Even you couldn't. Miss Fay, you're not saying...
But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Ha! Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3 alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Witness, just who are you anyway?
I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness.
yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself.
No.
Shit!
Solved. Wrap it up.
Your flawless record begins now, bitches. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far.
You don't mean?
Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses.
What did he say?
Ha! It looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go.
No way. But then why?
If he hadn't revealed his secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade.
Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
But I thought she died 5 years ago.
We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see.
Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years?
That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder.
Really, Miss Fay? I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost.
How dare you?
Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious. Her big sister. Miss Fay must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her.
What?
I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister?
Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me.
Ha! I think you need a little push in the right direction, kid.
Still you, Fluffy, yeah.
The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim.
That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
Crazy, handsome, sexy coffee addict.
It's crazy, handsome, sexy. Brown hair, tan, tall, dark, handsome. Oh.
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man.
Ha! What makes you think they're empty, boy?
Everyone's old compared to Edgeworth in this.
Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets.
Ooh, seeing Fluffy argue with himself. This is amazing.
I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth. That's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
To me?
The rashness of youth. How charming.
This coming from someone younger than me.
Not coming through. No. Oh no! Are we having technocratical difficulties from Mr. Bromitriz?
Lean over and use Supe's mic. Get real close.
Quick, come and make out with me, and then do your lines at the same time.
My pipe bomb
close.
finally arrived at Bromi's headset. Now I may absorb the judge's
Oh
role.
god, you're serious? Okay.
It's not to waste any more time. It's fine.
God, that was hot. Anyway,
What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister? Anarchy.
That sounded like a lot of tongue.
fix your mic, you damn degenerate. Oh, what is Dahlia's motive? Fuck, I don't know. This.
The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, "Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out." Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth.
Still no. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Has he tried turning it off and on again?
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what he could have possibly done while just sitting there that made it, like, fuck up.
Okay, look, unironically, the other day my Astros just, like, kind of just stopped kaput, and the way I fixed it was I literally just unplugged it from the USB port in my computer and plugged it back in, and then it worked again, so I'm not sure if...
Say something again?
Something again.
Oh, there we go.
But you sound different.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm using a different mic. Hang on. What if I do push to talk? What about now?
Yes.
All right. The whole truth. Yeah, I have to use my headset mic.
It's okay.
I'm just going to turn you up a bit because you sound like you're in a fucking cornfield.
Did you just say pornfield?
Corn!
Okay.
He's standing in the middle of a hockey stadium because he's so Canadian.
What do you think I said pornfield? God damn it.
You know what?
He's been looking at the Discord too much.
No, I haven't. I've been a good boy. I've been abstaining.
Apparently, Bromy killed his Yeti. How unfortunate.
Yeah, sad.
Borrow mine if you want. I'm barely using it. Anyway, sorry. We'll continue.
Oh, yeah, borrow that Yeti.
There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt like she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently.
You're breaking up, Hera.
A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is.
Like staticky.
It's really crackly.
Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was this secret that was so important? Where's your evidence?
Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terra Falls. There's only one way, only one important secret that connects them all.
Oh yes, I know this secret. Is it still like breaking up? Is it still icky?
A little bit.
Like your
Oh,
voice
weird.
is coming through clear, but like whenever you stop talking, it kind of like sound.
Yeah. Okay, should be fine.
Okay. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony.
What testimony?
Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things. Such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters.
Ah.
Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us one more time, my little maple leaf?
Alright, arrest that man right now. Arrest that man! I will find him!
I'll try, Mr. Judge.
Good Lord, that made me cringe, and I'm playing the guy that like kidnapped her.
Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles.
Just watch me.
Do it, you won't.
I'd love to watch.
5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life.
The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor.
As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping.
Good stuff, Lissa. We're proud of you.
Get those gains.
Get them gains.
We're still getting her. You're right. You've come back right near the end.
I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in the cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again.
Ha! If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms.
Ooh, hydrate.
Listen up. We still got that info. That ace up our sleeve.
What info?
Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
That's right. It was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby.
I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
What you're saying is that the kidnapping happened. I'm having a stroke. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by.
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too.
Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret.
Blah blah blah. Na, na, na.
Lies, 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 lies,
Fuck
lies,
you, fuck
lies,
you.
lies, lies,
Fuck you.
lies.
You're cool. Fuck you.
Lies.
You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe.
But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls.
I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible.
Impossible?
I ask that the court recall the condition of the Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago.
Super sus.
That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you have claimed...
Well, the lawyer's getting tired again.
Instead of being carried away by the river...
Way ahead of us.
You would have been smashed by the bedrock below, which honestly I wish had occurred anyway.
Why?
A most certain death.
The rocks are just
Rude.
like, let me smash.
Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible.
Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then.
But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made much of a difference.
Maybe she's right.
Yeah, you're right. If the events occurred just as the witness had testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see,
Lies.
Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge.
What? What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible, Jesus Christ, that Mr. Fowles panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge.
If that's true, she would have fallen in the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct?
now that you mention it, I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires.
You can't be serious.
Order! Order in the court!
It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Psych, bitch. Well now, Mia, this is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Mrs. Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say, that's impossible.
Ridiculous! What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record.
A contradiction.
Perfect. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there.
No!
But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls has been shot right in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off of the bridge, that is clearly impossible.
Order! Order! What is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into Eagle River intentionally.
What? What is this?
Oh my god, it's got Supe.
I'm back!
Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide.
Perhaps. But still, that's exactly what you did. Because you are a little psycho bitch.
Fight me.
Even more so. The witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Oh, then what was it? What was so important she'd want to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River.
It's for her camera, obviously.
5 years ago.
It's pink.
It is quite fashionable.
Something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up to the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
Ah! No! It can't be!
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning.
My god, she's flexing on me.
The $2 million. She was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river. With the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Oh, she's evolving.
Why?
In trouble now.
Really ridiculous.
Order! Order!
Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
Yes. This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well?
But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping?
Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister, Delilah.
Hey, Delilah. Sorry.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like living in hell?
You're gonna go to jail and then get hanged in prison. I don't know.
It was an attempt.
It was an attempt. Anyway.
And then she told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do?
She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote it in her note.
That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill two birds with one stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
No way, eh?
She's evolving. Oh no.
Huh, what is that? Laughing at a time like this?
Forgive me, it's just hilarious.
Witness, is that you?
You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you?
Evidence?
Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14 I plotted it with Mr. Falls and my sister.
Well,
And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond?
Bitch, you're wearing it.
If you can't prove evidence to show that...
Well, Miss Fay.
I don't know.
What a joke. You, Ms. Fay. Are you stupid or something?
Aunt Abaka?
How do you prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Well, it seems that would come to an end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are.
Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it.
Without evidence, the trial is over. Who decided that?
Mr. Armando?
Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured it out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
Testimony?
On the day in question, Delilah Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
Yeah, Delilah.
She had her body in the trunk of Miss Fowles' car and then went to meet with her. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne? That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There is only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
If there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Prove to them that I have an attorney's badge.
My attorney's badge.
Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
A new witness?
Yes, we would like to hear from the testimony of Terry Falls.
The defendant?
There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in this photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia, disguised as herself. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this?
Why not? The prosecution has no objection.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
You got it, Your Honor.
This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes?
I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Falls. I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million.
That's not true.
Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Duska Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
Dahlia. Did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other.
Terry.
Dahlia. It's true. You are alive.
You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth. The real truth. I believed in you.
Fucking syntax, simp idiot.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Oh, Leah.
Oh. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness! I'm sorry, apologize.
Water, please, water.
Someone get this man a hydrate.
I'm thirsty as fuck, boy.
I'm gonna redeem 100 points right now.
Can't talk. Need water.
Ha! Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead.
Oh shit.
At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself.
This tastes like shit.
You need sugar and milk.
Yeah,
You know when they say
just like
goodnight.
jumps, he like jumps over the fucking stand and just floors him. He's like, "Don't you ever say something so goddamn stupid ever again, or I'll kill you myself." Oh shit! Sorry. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of Bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge. I watched my car from Bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would have done the same for you?
That's enough, Miss Fay. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial.
Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Is this how you want to attend, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think.
Confidence.
Confidence.
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
Oh, oh.
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fay.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear.
Look at this photograph.
There's always one. Could just imagine Dahlia like saying that and Mia turning around and be like, "Shut it, you." Obviously, the person that came first would at the end of the bridge.
There's always one.
Oh, thank you, Zintax. I've seen those bloopers, and that's very high praise. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
You can stay, Zintax.
Oh, you've gotten Sunny's permission. How rare.
Oh, boy.
But that's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Yeah, she came first. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did.
Objection. Clearly she double jumped over the gap.
Clearly.
Clearly.
I rest my case.
Obviously, she parkoured around him. She shadow stepped behind him.
Obviously, she grapple hooked across the gap.
Exactly.
All very interesting theories.
Your Honor,
Well,
she said nothing personal, kid, and teleported.
Prosecution rests, Your Honor.
Her eye is no longer glowing red, for she has already teleported, Your Honor.
Oh my fucking god. Are we allowed to derail with nonsense? Is that better than derailing with smut? Huh?
I'm checked out at this point. Do what you want. Fuck.
Yeah, we're so close to the end.
We really are.
He smiled, we're off the hook. Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. Special place.
Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge?
Yeah. It's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it under the base of the tree. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get.
This little bottle on a necklace is your memento.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
yes.
Oh my god.
Diego, no.
It's quite charming, but it looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said.
Oh, he's beatboxing.
He's about to drop the sick boots and cat right now, bro.
Your Honor, permission to beatbox and break it down funky style for the court.
Your Honor, I humbly request bust it down with the
sexual style.
Could I then be goated with the sauce, Your Honor?
Oh no!
Sorry, no. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused.
We can do it, gang. We can do it. We can finish.
Just
It's
push
your
through.
line, Hera, go!
Oh, fuck.
The kids call it funk, Your Honor.
He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he left his car attendant and walked away.
Oh my god,
Oh my
sick.
God.
I just think he's just like...
Your Honor, he did a 360 and walked away.
He was gone
Fuck
for
off, Primy.
approximately 30 minutes. It's the wheeze for me, Your Honor.
It's the wheeze. I just rest my case every time.
I need to.
Alright, we're nearly done. We're nearly there.
With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
Indeed, certainly was enough time for it.
I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Mr. Falls? Oh.
Oh.
That's enough. Please.
Witness!
I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens, that we can't trust each other no more, then you're supposed to drink bottle.
No, stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess!
I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this.
No, we were so close, just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No. Don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Falls!
Mr. Armando. That's...
Mr. Falls! What the fuck? You just a suicide in court? And so my first trial ended. Suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul, I thought I'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well.
Hell yeah, first dub, let's go.
Oh shit, that one person. Oh my god. The true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne.
You did read the part where she said no winners, only losers, right?
That sounds like something someone who didn't win would say.
Oh no.
Fuck, man.
She left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face.
Unforgivable. That witch.
Mr. Armando.
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. You're gonna make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia.
That's suave. Sax every time.
Don't you get it? You can't cry yet.
Oh.
The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando. God, can he crush me like that?
No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them.
One year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes.
I'm flying!
Fuck you, bitch. You're a dead. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was... Get smashed with the gavel, bitch. You deserve it.
You're fucking guilty.
Guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Fortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. And we'll be finding about that next week! Yeah, fucking damn it. Yes, I won't forget to finish the prediction. I honestly thought we would get through that in a quicker time, but that's okay. We did not, and that's perfectly fine because that leaves us in a perfect spot for next week.
You're telling me you're gonna make me lose half my points?
No, I'm not. You guys are for derailing the fucking thing so much with your smut.
Okay, look, hey, hold up.
You can blame your wife if you really want to.
That took maximum 20 minutes.
Yeah, you could still have 20
I'm
minutes.
just so
to
hungry,
do the next
man.
part.
I dropped fan art in the Discord, not smart.
Is it not smart?
Right. No,
Oh my god,
okay.
that's hilarious. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna put
Okay.
that
This is
up
the
on
best
stream.
thing I've ever seen.
Oh, fuck. Let's go.
Do you mind if I put
Sure.
Do you mind
Please
if I put that
do.
up on stream? Okay, cool.
Please do. I want to
Look,
see everyone.
guys.
I would want to see it. I'm really proud of
guys,
it.
look guys,
You should be
Sunny's
very proud of it.
Sunny's been working
Holy
really
shit.
hard on this. Check this shit out. Look at that.
Holy shit, that's so good. What the
It's
fuck?
fucking brilliant.
It's
Look
fucking
at that.
awesome.
That is the best.
My feety weenie.
I'll fucking fight you, Dahlia.
They're just fighting over who gets to call him Feeny Weenie. It's so good.
Bro,
My
that's
feeny
amazing.
weenie.
And she's
What
just
are
like
the-
fucking devil incarnate. Just.
what does it say behind her?
Oh fuck! Did I? Oh. Oops. That was
No, Supe, what have you done?
That's all good. It's fine.
Oh.
There's nothing there. It's all good. It's all good. There's nothing there. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Oh.
This channel is for mature audiences, 18 and over. TOS. Anyway, I'm gonna move on and raid someone. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Syntax, for following today. Shut the fuck. You know, if you keep saying TOS, someone's gonna fucking pick it up. Can we just move on, please? Jesus.
No.
Fuck
TOS,
you.
smut.
I'll fucking TOS you in a minute.
Smut.
Okay.
I didn't even think about that. Sorry, guys.
No, that was completely my fault. I should have just gone to a
fault.
different channel. Yeah, that's complete. No, you know what? It's Ika's fault. Let's just blame Ika. She's not here to defend herself.
Zin, thank you for saying that we were excellent, like the
like the doves.
Yeah,
That was really
but,
lovely.
but
Thank
to be
you
fair,
for
we're
Thank
not
you.
we're not as good as Eric Vale and crew though. But thank you.
I wish I
We're
could be
really
as good as
fucking
Eric
chaotic,
Vale.
though.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. It's been a wonderful time, and I cannot wait to do Bridge to the Turnabout with you guys next week. It's going to be super fun.
So join us in the Discord for Smut.
Yeah, I'm just going to post the Discord link if anyone wants to join. Join at your own risk, apparently, because...
No, we're
Fucking
often
hell.
in there to chat. We're always sharing.
Oh yeah, it's always
really
good.
fun
And
things with
you
each
know,
other. So.
the NSFW channel is very well quarantined. So
If you want to
fear
see how
not.
Godot gets his raw prosecuting power, you can check out the Spicy Soup channel.
Oh my god, I was too tired for this. Oh my god. Dedicated. It's the NSFW channel, Max. What do you mean? Oh, thank you, Zen. That's very lovely.
Thanks, Zen.
Yeah. I don't. Should I go raid? Do I have anyone to raid? Is the question.
I do not have anyone to suggest tonight. It's a
don't?
very quiet night.
Romy, do you have any suggestions? Anyone to raid? You're a streamer fella like myself.
Well, I've got one friend. I've got one friend.
Oh yeah.
She's playing Monster Hunter at the moment.
Oh fuck yeah. Who is it?
Saria Arts. I'll type it in.
No worries.
She's one of my longtime streaming gaming art friends. She's actually. You remember how I posted in general about someone stealing my artist friend's art?
Oh,
That
that's
was her.
them. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
this will be good exposure for them then.
Yes,
Yes.
she is absolutely wonderful.
Awesome. Well,
It was just in streamer Soup the Dog pays an exposure.
I'm gonna fucking come over there and beat you in a moment if you don't shut the fuck up. Anyway, thank you all so much. Thanks to everyone voicing. We'll be back next Tuesday. I think I'm gonna do a stream for something on Thursday. I don't know. I'll play Monster Hunter on Thursday.
I got
Maybe.
work, but I can join later.
Okay.
No, do it, and I'll just join whenever.
Oh, the
you
prediction. Yeah, sorry. Close it. How do I do that? Eco, how do I do this? How do I do this? I don't have a button
Why
for
do I
the
have-
prediction.
You know, you
Why
could.
do I have Wii Sport music stuck in my head?
Actually, where is the prediction though? I don't know where to find it.
I never
Mine's
saw
on the
it.
bar
On
left and-
Wait, Ika, why can't you do it? You're the one that started
you,
the.
you do it. Like honestly,
You're the mod that did it.
I probably can't see it because you're the one that started it.
You know what, Ika? This is just your fault.
I can't because I
damn it,
voted.
Ika.
Oh fucking! Why would you vote in your own thing? Oh my god!
Oh my
That's
God,
so. That's
That's-
like the worst thing.
Cringe.
That's,
I love
that's
you, Ika.
unironically rigged.
Ironically rigged. Actually, though. Oh my god! Where the fuck is it? How do I get to it?
See, now we can spam
It's voted
rigged
for the other side.
because we can actually spam rigged in chat, and it actually is.
It actually is rigged. Oh my god! No, look. You know what?
I can't spell.
Ridged. Hey guys, have
rigged.
you seen today's sponsor, Ridged Wallet?
Is ridged the same as edged? Like, does that give the same energy? If you're being ridged, are you being edged?
You know what? I think ridging
Ridging
someone is
edging?
better than edging someone.
Hey, I want to make a joke. How the fuck do I
Rimming.
do this?
You know what? I'm gonna get everyone to go raid,
I'll
and then
rid
I'll
you,
sort out the
Dahlia.
poll. Okay? I'm gonna do that. Let me just put the raid message for everybody.
Maybe ridging is like the lady equivalent. Like
Maybe
the
it is.
Virginia
All I'm
equivalent,
hearing is
you know?
rimming.
Ridge. Let me rid you, Dahlia.
What on earth
Oh
is
my
this?
god, we are
Oh, my
done.
niece.
What? I'm done.
Please
Thank you
do the
guys.
stream.
Pull the plug.
Yeah,
Pull the
Alright,
plug.
pulling the plug. This is getting too degenerate. Bye, guys. See you later. Current poll
Bye,
isn't
everyone.
rigged. Fuck off. No, it's not. Bye. Jesus Christ. See you Thursday. I will see you later. Bye-bye. Go say hi to Saria Arts while you're here. Thank you. Bye-bye.